All right. So, what's up, you guys? So, I want to tell you this. This is just really kind of overwhelming a little bit. So many blessings today. Um, I don't even really know where to start. But I come in, there's this fly buzzing around like Amityville Horror in here, but that's my life. Um, but let me see where I can start. So when I headed out today, it was like maybe about 2, 3 hours ago now, right? Um, and my goal was it was indeed networking to a certain point, right? Me and my QR codes are, are on this journey here. And so when I walked out, I saw, there's kids next door. Y'all know about the kids next door. And I've been here for about 4 years, so they've grown. So I haven't had a relationship, don't know them, they're kids. They've teased me, they've bullied me. They're kids. But one thing I did notice about the children is this. Just like me and my little sister, we're 4 years apart. My little sister was the one that was mean, that was more streetwise and whatever. I was the one that was a goody goody two shoes. One dynamic that I feel about the children, again, this is just all my hypothesis, is that, there's one sister that's a streetwise one that'll hurt your feelings and don't really care. Okay. Then there's another one that's the sweet one, that's a good, kind hearted one. Right? I don't know which is which. I don't know which one's oldest, the youngest, whatever. So I'm gonna say this. Thank God. Y'all saw the post that I made on social networking right before I left the house, right? I just got back. Um, and you guys, and I'm gonna let you hear, the sermon. And I stopped it because I thought I was out, but there was still more. But when I left the house, I had on my little fanny pack and I wore this just like it's just my same old workout clothes, but I just threw a shirt on top of it because the bra is slightly, not the bra, but the tank top is slightly see through. And y'all know I wear the same bra every day. So, I wear the same clothes every day too. I need to throw them in the washer again. I usually just wash them if I have a real good. I didn't have a big sweaty workout today, but still. Um, so I think, I hope, I think God may have led me to my family. I hope. So I say this because let me start from the beginning though. I left the house. Where's my fanny pack? I have my little fanny pack on. Y'all saw my little pins and little cards and whatever, right? And so the little girl, and I feel like it's condescending to say little girl. She's probably a teenager by now, but the children were outside. Kids that looked like they were anywhere from like maybe 12 to 6 or 7, right? Outside playing. I walk past and the girl is grabbing her dog and she's giving me the eye. Because the dog, I don't know her dog like she knows her dog. Her dog is about to pounce on me, but I didn't know that, right? So I'm walking and, I'm thinking, because I'm in my own head as usual. I'm like, I should get her opinion on these pins because those kids are honest. They will hurt your feelings and they don't care. So I walked past and then I said, and the girl is trying to hold her dog back, and I'm not realizing that's what she's doing. I'm thinking she's just giving me the evil eye, but I'm like, hey, here we go. So I said, do you mind if I get your opinion on something? And she stopped and take a minute, and maybe it's wisdom. I need to learn that kind of wisdom like she has. You stop and take a minute before you answer. And she says, yeah. And then I looked at her and I said, are you sure? She says, yeah. Let me. What do you? She said, yes, I'm sure. You know. So I showed her the pen and I asked her hypothetically, you know, do you think it would be okay for me to go and visit a church and hand these out? And I asked all the kids were around. I was like, do you know what a QR code is? And the little girl was like, yeah, you scan it and it takes you. And I was like, yeah, and I was like, but these are QR codes. They're really, really small. Do you think that it would be okay? Because just because of the reception I had last time, if I hand these out to church, do you think that would be okay if I went to visit a church? And maybe when they call up for visitors, I could, speak on it, or either I could ask the pastor if I could just leave them on the table. And she says, I think you should just go ahead and just give it to him, you know. And I said, do you think that it would be okay? Because I said, I cut it roughly. She was like, no, this is fine, you know, whatever. She gave me her opinion. And so she gave me a boost. And I wish I could have, you know, blogged about it in the moment, because in the moment it's different. It's been this 3 hours now, right? And so I was like, okay. So I went on about my business, and I'm going around my walk, you know, around the block or whatever. And I was going to walk also because I needed to, you know, see, because I said every night I'm going somewhere to connect. But, but God is like, hold up. They don't love you like I love you. God is like, you know, you ain't got to move so fast. You know what I'm saying? So I took a walk, and I remember seeing a church that I hadn't seen before. And I walked all the way down one of my streets in my neighborhood, and it kind of did, and it into the church. And I just happened to get there right about as they were starting to have a preach before the church. So I walk into the building, and churches these days are different, right? Y'all already know. So it's Wednesday night. When I was growing up, Wednesday night is when they had Bible service. But I couldn't find churches that had Bible service on Wednesday anymore. You know, they do it when they want to, kind of is how that happens, right? And especially since it was COVID, they had an excuse. They didn't really have to come. They didn't come. So, you know, I'm walking up, and I see these two big guys at the door, and I'm thinking to myself, they done locked the door because they saw me coming. You know, and this is something that I have to work on with me, my self image, you know, because sometimes I'm saying negative things about myself that people aren't thinking. Like the little girl, you know, I'm just like, oh, you know, I shouldn't do this or whatever. Or, oh, you know, I asked her if she didn't mind give her opinion. She said, yeah. And I'm looking at her dubiously like she don't give her opinion, you know. But she did. She did. She gave me her honest, well thought out opinion. The little girl is smart. She stopped. I asked her a question. She didn't immediately jump to say, okay. She stopped and she thought about it. And she says, yeah, sure. You know, she stopped and thought about it. Wisdom. I'm learning from this little girl, right? I jump right in. That's always been my thing. I jump right in. Full speed ahead. I jump right in, right? And so then, yeah. So then, um, you know, I'm walking down this long road, and, you know, whatever. You know, I'm armed with my pens, because if somebody looks at me, talks to me, I'm gonna take out my pen. So that's my thing, right? My little QR code pen. I don't know. I took off my fanny pack. Y'all seen it already. I don't have to show it to you again. It's basically one of those QR codes on a piece of stock cardboard, with not cardboard, but stock paper, like card paper, you know, and with a little pen. And I'm running out of pens because my silly stuff. And the little girl thought I was stupid too, because the little kids was like, "Oh, I want one. Can I have one? Can I have one?" And I was giving them out to them for free. And then she was just like, you know, no, you should support your business. The little girl is smart. That girl is smart. She's smart as a tack. But anyhow, so, you know, she's looking at me like, you stupid. You're just giving away all your stuff, you know. And these are little kids, they're not buying anything. And she was right. She's right. She's right. But anyhow, and that's the need that I have to be, you know, accepted and wanted and, you know, approved of. She didn't have it. She stops and she thinks. Because this woman asked me for her opinion, I'm not going to jump and give an opinion. I'm going to take a moment and think about it. Do I want to give an opinion? And that's something that probably her parents or somebody taught her, teacher, somebody. And I need to learn to do that. Stop and think about it. Do I want to give my opinion? Beautiful. But anyways, you know, so I continue walking. This story is too long, actually. It's really long. So I'll just say this: it was a success. I'll leave it at that. It was a success. Just before I went out, I was vlogging about, you know, agape love and whatever, and I got so much love I couldn't take it. It's like it was overwhelming, where it was too much. Where I was like, no, no, please, please don't introduce me to anybody else. But one thing that I learned about this is I can't just be giving stuff. Let people give to you. I remember when I was in the Home Depot parking lot. I forgot what happened. My car wouldn't start or something weird, and this guy came to help me with my car out of the kindness of his heart, right? And then I felt like I had to give him something. I didn't have anything. I gave him like my last $2, you know. And one of the white, like the country people here are country people, good country people. One of the white ladies said to me, she said, you took away his opportunity to give you a blessing by me trying to pay him for it, you know. So sometimes it's not so much what you can give, but let people give to you. They might have something to give to you. And they did. They gave me so much love, agape love. And another thing I noticed, so that's one thing I noticed about myself. Don't be so quick to give. And then I down talk myself. So I let people have bad opinions because I put that out there. I put that out of my mouth. Because what happened was, you know, I said I was shy, but I wasn't shy. what the real situation was I was overwhelmed. There was just too much, you know. And let me try to explain to you how I went. And to this church, I know y'all not gonna see this, but I love you. Thank you so much for loving me, for giving me agape love. So I walked in and the teaching was on point. I'm gonna upload it if I can, but some of it's missing because I thought I was done. It was done, but it wasn't. You know, I took off running. I really literally took off running because there's so much love. But so I went in, and it was a girl that looked like a teenager. She was probably early 20s, but I swear she looked like a teenager. She was just like, "Hi, how are you?" You know, and she said it with confidence and assertiveness. This church is an intelligent church. Um, I need to get that back. I got to get me back, right? And then, you know, when I went in, I went to the bathroom. There was a lady beside me, and I'm like in the stall, and I'm like, I didn't know that there was somebody in the stall like right beside me, you know, because I don't like that either. She's happy. She's making noises like I would, because I'm weird like that too. I'm just happy to be me, and she's just like just sitting in the stall, you know, just enjoying herself. And that's like 150% me. That's how I am. I'm just happy to be alive, you know. And so then when we came up the stall, I was expecting like some young girl that was probably homeless or something. But no, it was an older woman that, you know, and she was real quick. The way she spoke, everybody there is real quick mentally. I can't wait to get myself back together. This church, I think, is going to be it. I'm going back on Sunday. I told them they invited you back like you're supposed to do. But I told them that, you know, God willing, because, you know, with me, I don't like not keeping the commitment. And if I say I'm going to do something and I don't, then because I've done that before in my adult life. I said I was going to do something and I didn't follow through, and it wasn't because I didn't want to. It was because something happened. You know, me happened, and I don't ever want that to happen again. You know, I want a good reputation as far as as I can get, right? And so, you know, she's raised in Valdosta. Most of these people in this church raised in Valdosta, and these people, my gosh, as I sat there, I remember, you know, I asked the ladies, you know, I was expecting just to get weird treatment and just for me to be miserable and end up leaving in the middle of the service. But no, it was great all the way through. And that service had to last. It lasted a full over an hour. I know, you know, just a Wednesday night Bible study, you guys. And it was so much love in that place. Like, and I didn't know the woman that was sitting right up front, right? I was looking at the back of her head. Her hair was put up in a bun or a ponytail or whatever, like mine, right? And you know, and I didn't realize when I went to the bathroom, you know, I had little strays. I didn't comb my hair before I went, so I sat in the pew, which is inappropriate to do, and I took out my banana clip and was running. You know how I do when I quote unquote do my hair. I run my fingers through it and put the thing on it. And so, you know, I sat there and I was like, oh Lord, I'm in camera shot. I don't want to be in camera shot. And so then the lady, oh man, beautiful, beautiful. This woman, she was in front of me and she turned around. I don't know what made her turn around, but she turned around and she said hi. Maybe she was just greeting. And so I said hi back to her and I was like, oh, we got the same hairstyle, right? And so then, you know, she comes over and starts talking to me. Agape love still exists. You could feel it. She has so much agape love for me. You could feel it. Okay. Not only just by the presence, but what she was saying out of her mouth was love. And I can't recall the whole conversation, but she was just pouring her love into me. That's all she was doing was pouring her love into me. She was just all she was doing. I was sitting there, she was pouring her love into me. And then I said, you know, I think he's about to get started. You know, there was a man standing up front that was real stern. You could tell he was somebody's daddy. He was real stern. And you know, I said, we're about to start. And she looked at him and she was like, oh, that's just my husband. And I was just like, okay. So then he came over, and not only he's walking by looking at her like, you know, woman, you run your mouth too much. We need to get started. So he walks by and she says, oh, whatever her husband's name is, and she grabs him. And they're older than me. They maybe 10, 20 years older than me. So he walks by, she grabs him and she says, oh, husband, I don't know what she said. She said his name. You know, this is Maria. You know, she was just happening to walk around the community and she saw that we were having Bible study and she just stopped in. And so I was just like, you know, and then I tensed up, you know, because I was comfortable with her. I was comfortable with our one on one. Oh, that's the conversation we had too. She was just like, she asked me something, and I was like, well, you know, I want to be careful what I say because, you know, I don't want to mess up the energy, you know, because about church. She asked me if I had a church home. That's all she asked me. But anyways, I don't have time for all of this, but it went well. I'll share the rest of it later, and I'll upload the sermon or whatever. And it was a lot more to it than that because I need to get this stuff off the floor from over here. Because I left in the middle of me cleaning up because I wanted to get there before it got too late before we start. And now, this is welcome you back home, which is great. I'm going to finish all of this, but it was a good thing. The last one was real cringeworthy. This was beautiful. I'm going to talk about it again after I run through the rest of my circuits. It seems like nothing happens. What if I don't ever get a chance to do it? Because what if this takes all night long? But you guys, it was beautiful. Trust me, it was love. It was so much love. But I will say the other thing I noticed about myself, one, that sometimes, Maria, don't be so quick to want to give. Step back and let people give to you. Let people give to you. Let people do for you. If people want to love you, let them love you. Number two, Maria, stop talking bad about yourself. Why are you going to tell these people you're shy? You're feeling uncomfortable, and it's because you're getting too much love. You haven't had that much love since you were a little kid from your mom. so so stop talking bad about yourself. you know Stop being uncomfortable in your skin because you're getting love. No, yeah, you're not used to being loved at all. And anyway, y'all saw my cringeworthy previous networking and social skill posts. I don't get love. So when you get love, let people love you. Accept it. Number three, I did take a shower this morning. I did brush my teeth and I did comb my hair, but my breath still stinks. My hair looks like it hasn't been combed. And honestly, I normally wash this every night, but I think the last I had wasn't so bad, so I don't think I, wash it again. So be careful about it. But this church makes me want to do better. They're having something lupus awareness on Sunday, and I think I am going back, and it's gonna make me have to go back and wash the stuff that's back there because I need my purple dress because the color is purple. You guys, this was a good experience. Another thing I noticed about myself, I talked about those things I need to stop doing, talk bad about myself. And then also, but it takes time. It took time for me to break like this. So it's going to take time for Humpty Dumpty to get put back together again, for me not to be feeling that way, when people love me. I'm not used to love. So maybe, and when I say that brotherly, sisterly love, like, and then she introduced me when I told her, it's only certain people I talk to. And I said, maybe it's just because he's a male. And then I don't know if she was trying to be funny, but then right after that, she called another male over. Usually, I'm safe in church because there's no men in church, so it's no problem. But she called another male over, and the vibe. I'm gonna tell you, this man had to be my age, like really, because you could tell by the wrinkles, but you could also tell by his spirit that he had a childlike spirit like me, a sweet childlike spirit. And the thing about it was that I have not been around men at all. Like, I didn't realize this about myself until I'm face to face with a male. Like, oh my gosh, that's actually a male, and it's like a male 3 feet away from me. It was really uncomfortable for me because I'm not used to being around men anymore. And I'm not used to being around people at all. But women, I'm more okay with because it's comfortable. I don't know, it's more comfortable. And then maybe I watched too many movies about the dark side of men. But this guy, he seems so innocent. He's like me, a child, even better than me because he has love. He has parents and a church that loves him. So it's none of this where you see me being all scared and stuff. He's like, he has a pure heart. It feels like he has a pure heart. Pure, pure. Um, Everybody there is like a child. And the way that he talked to me is like a brother would talk to me. I was leaving. And when I was leaving, the lady was like, oh, let me introduce you. I was just like, oh, no, please, please don't. Please, you know. And I guess the woman got offended because she thought maybe I was talking about her, but no, it's not that. It's just that I'm shy. It's not even shy. I'm not used to being loved. And just the amount of love that that one lady gave me was so, my cup was running over. I couldn't take anymore. It was like over sensory overload. It was too much. Not too much, but I'm not used to being loved. Y'all know it. Y'all know my situations. Y'all see my social media. You see my social media impact or lack of impact. I mean, and you hear about my employment experiences. You hear about my attempts at social and networking and how it goes. So this might be home for me, you guys. I hope so. Um, I hope so. I hope so. you know, and I hope I didn't turn those people off too much. I need a family, and that's what the sermon was about, family. I'm gonna post it, you guys. But anyways, I love you. I am gonna go because I won't get any sleep tonight. Bed bugs and that if I don't get this stuff up. Basically, over by the window, like where the shelves broke, I did get up a lot of the stuff, but then I still had like a clear one of those clear side bins, whatever you call it, those 3-layer cheap bins that you buy at Walmart and shit. Stuff, stop cursing. Now I'm tired already. Tired from so much love. Too much love. I got a lot of love today. Just as I am. As I am. Thank you to the little neighbor girl. She's never gonna see this. But I'm just putting it out in the universe. Thank you to her and her family for making her educate me that hey, stop. Think about it. She stopped to think about it before she responds. And thank you, because I thought I was going crazy. I'm like the reception that I got at the last church. I was like, maybe I, you know, maybe I'm in an alternate universe, and maybe in this universe I'm just crazy, and that's it, you know. But no, she gave me love, and honesty is love. She gave me honesty, and that's what that was, is love. So thank you. But I am gonna get going on this because it feels good to be loved. You know, I was starting to wonder, but it feels good to be loved. So I did get some love today, you guys. I got the same kind of love that I would have when I was younger, and I so appreciate it. I appreciate them loving me like brother and sister. For me, again, I was a little bit awkward because I didn't realize how unaccustomed to being around males at all. Where you know the husband's stern male, I could see where I would be uncomfortable because that's somebody that I felt like has dominance over me. But then with the male that's similarly, he looks like he's my age. I don't know if he's my age or not, but he looks like he's my age. He might be a little bit younger because I'm old. I'm old. Whatever. But his spirit was so sweet. He still loves his mom. And then what a sweet spirit, you know? But anyways, like I said, let me get off here. I'm gonna post that and then I'm gonna get to this. And my goal tonight was actually to get all this taken care of and all the clutter on this side. And then they talked about wellness and eye vision health, right up my alley. Then he also talked about how the welfare system tears families apart. I was talking about that before. Oh my God, there's so much, so much, so much, you guys. But I wanted to get this done. Then I wanted to sweep up over there and make sure that whole aisle is cleared out. That would have been the end of my clutter version of it. Then I wanted to go into employment, and I had some things that I wanted to design. I had something that I wanted to address and respond to. And then I also wanted to look for always looking, always looking, always looking, always looking. So I wanted to look at least for 10. And then for the business part, I would give myself grace and mix that in with the network and social skills. Kind of, kind of. But I'll just let God, everything will work itself out. I do want to do this, but I feel tingly, like from the love. I feel tingly. Like, um, am I recording? I don't even know if I'm recording. Am I being heard? Yeah, I'm being heard. Okay. I was starting to wonder because sometimes, I sit here and talk and the whole background music is loud and you can't even hear me. But yeah, I want to do this. Okay, let me psych myself to switch gears. I need to switch gears out of this. Love is a good thing, but I need to switch gears because I need to get this house clean. So I'm going to go through this stuff. Basically, more scanning, more cleaning and wiping down. Then, it's hard over there because there's a bunch of wires and cords over there. So then you have like little pieces of paper under a wire cord, maybe a dime under a wire cord, some pennies, some glasses. There's things like under the cords and stuff. And then I got to get them up and sweep everything out. Then after I sweep that portion out, then I got another portion where there's a little bin with all of my polo shirts in it. And then I need to get that out. And then once I get all of that out, all the way up to there, and I wanted to clean the shelves off too that are over there, but I don't know if I'm gonna get to the shelves tonight because it's so late. It's like 9:30 at night, you guys. But so for those of you guys that are rooting for me and praying that I do well, it's happening, you guys. It's unfolding. It's unfolding slowly but surely. It is. It really is. And I'm thankful. So yeah, I'm very thankful. But anyways, my circuit planning, hygiene, physical, working on clutter. We did some social skills, and then we're gonna back up and swing back around to everything else. I love you guys so much. For those of you guys that are silently supporting me, thank you. I appreciate it. For those people that are not even here, that know I'm out here somewhere, and maybe it's hard to watch because it's just like, oh my gosh. But please, 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 know that I love your support, whether it's verbal, whether it's nonverbal, whether it's hitting a like or not hitting a like, whether it's watching from afar and wondering how it's going to turn out. Because just you wondering is great. Because you know, I think it'll be good. It's gonna be good, you guys. It's gonna turn out good. I promise. I love you. I'm out. I got to get this stuff done. But it's like I don't want to be by myself, and I don't know if I want to watch something in the background or something. I don't know. But yeah, I got to learn to stand on my own 2 feet. But anyways, love you. Bye.